I'd favour the Mongols very comfortably, but you never know. We've seen a lot of good stuff from FyR Esports so far today. I think we've seen great performances from Zingy. Shandara has had his moments as well. So let's see how it goes. Decider inbound, Annihilation with the utility, and double doolies on Zingy and Husky.
Doolies. Yeah, as you said, though, it was kind of the second half where FyR went flat, all of them. But other than that, I've been really impressed by the individuals, and even the team play at points as well has been pretty solid. For a team that I haven't got to see much of, Zingy, unfortunately, is the first one to go down. The name that you mentioned haven't played so strong throughout this series, but Sanj, he was the hero in the pistol round on Mirage, from what I recall. And again, he's going to start putting in the numbers with his USP. Oh. Third headshot snatched away. He loses his teammate, but there might be a bit more. It's a fort just about. Somehow it stands the flinch from the dink. Unfortunately, the bomb has crept down to B in the meantime, so that extra money at the very least put into the bank for the Mongols.
Close up towards single door, but they're ready to go together, and this is going to be so hard for Blitz. One headshot, can't make it a second. The big strafe from Shandara gets it done. Big CT pistol for FyR Esports. That's a great start to Nuke.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed, and I wasn't too sure it was going to happen. If not for Sanj just being an absolute madman on that USP, they would have had no hope. He somehow shut down 4 of them. Shandera's as well. He has been, to me, the other standout name. Zingy's been great when he's had the op as well. He's had a lot of impact, but Shandera's, from what I can recall, especially on Mirage, was the one picking up some of those big clutches. Heavy on the rifles for the Mongols, though. 4 Galils and an AK. You wouldn't know they lost the first round, wouldn't you?
Crazy, right?
Zingy caught by that AK outside. They just weren't expecting it. Wallbangs coming in as well. Zingy's gone. Sanj pulls back 1 kill, but that's all they can find. He gets immediately dropped by the player dropping from above him.
Yeah. They had the worst buy, man. I mean, that's just the way it is, right? With the plant. Yeah. That's actually crazy. Especially to fight long range like that outside. There's just no way you're winning those duels. 2 for Blitz. Both of his kills were very nice. That one tap on the second player who was stuck toward outside. And the wall bang on the player behind the box because they knew it wasn't the same guy.
Look,
great find.
1500 at best was what they had.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Sanj had 1750. Yeah. He gets a smoke and a HE behind his 5.7 in Kevlar thanks to that, but it's a pretty weak investment, especially when you compare it to the force split that the Mongols were just able to pull through. It's ridiculous, really. CT side and Nuke now, they're in trouble here in the early stages. This is going to be a good opportunity for the Mongols to really build up an early lead. Zingy on the deagle again. This man is ridiculous. You've seen him pull off some crazy deagle rounds on Inferno as well. Annihilation gets the backstab there as he comes around from main. They're going to shut down both players, pushing ramp as well, as Azteca has that under control. And I was going to say they shouldn't have too much trouble now in what was a 4-on-2, but Sanj has got himself a Galil, so let's see what he can do. The problem is already he's low health. He's being bombarded by nades, but he still pulls off a kill.
Yeah, that was a lovely fade-away little headshot, actually. And Hassie's got a chance to catch Azteca off guard. That's a free gun. And now it's a clean 1v1. Annihilation knows where he was, but the bomb has to be crossed to get to, and Haskell's continuing to hold that line, but bomb will be spotted, and there we go. As soon as he saw the bottom, as I said, of his ankle and his leg, he can just adjust to the spray, and then Mongols will get away with it. Nice attempt, and it might give FyR Esports a consideration to perhaps go for a force buy, as only 1 player stayed alive, but can concentrate on their own economy for now. Sounds with a great start to this game, 7 kills already, but Mongols up to 2.
This time only a couple pistols being upgraded on that CT side, so should be a bit more straightforward for the Mongols to build up some economy. Although they are getting caught out in the open. Shandera's the initial kill with the help of Ace. The weapon obviously not really going to be recoverable, and I don't know how many more kills are going to come their way, but at the very least they're getting a bit of damage for the small bit of investment they put into this round. And, well, a little bit more coming their way yet again. Not bad. 2 kills already, maybe a third can even be found. It's not looking too likely. Especially now as Ace is pinned in. Yeah. Oh, did get dinged.
Well, yeah, almost got found there. But
did he get shot by his teammate maybe from behind at the same time? Because I'm not sure how he done so much damage.
That's a good point, actually, because it would have been the same angle, wouldn't it? Yeah. Like he would have been directly in the way, so There's a chance. And the buy for FyR Esports on what is technically their proper first buy round, proper first gun round, is not great, unfortunately. They've got 4 M4s, but a FAMAS on Sanj, who's been their best player so far, which is not great. No kit, utility limited. It's okay for the beginning of the round, but no more. Rough situation.
Aggressive outdoor early on. Zingy, opening kill yet again. He's really good at being the one that takes the initiative and finds these opening kills. He's doing it on Inferno, which is a pretty difficult map, as is Nuke. Doing it with the M4 when he doesn't have the op. Techno with 2 of them on that A-bomb site somehow. Crisp flick up for the second as well. Histeka down on B in the meantime has found an open, and he saw Ace running past, who seems to have no idea what's going on. Is he real confused?
Oh, you're not wrong. Okay, Ace has finally got the kill, but yeah, that was really strange. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Like they've got basically complete control by going through double doors, and Ace thinks, okay, well actually, rather than fight, I'm going to get out of here. And he tries to just jump across the double door angle before even doing any damage, which is very strange. But they're actually going back toward... I was going to say back toward the last player. Shandaras is here. They're trying to plant the bomb, so they need to play it carefully. He's going to drop down. He's going to drop the bomb as well, and now he can play time. But he's going to get caught out by Blitz coming in from heaven. Now just 16 HP, 1 bullet required. Blitz should surely be able to connect this bullet, and there it is. Oh my goodness. Crazy ends to a few of these rounds. Ace seemingly in his own world. Almost forcing them back toward A and back toward Shandaras, but not to be.
Back onto the eco yet again. Small bit of investment because they need to ensure that their next buy is going to be as strong as possible. They're going to want the ops and such. So I'm not expecting too much here, but yeah, a few nades. Kevlar on 4 of the players. Deagles on most. A couple of 5.7s to fill the gaps. Really though, the Mongols should be heading up 5-1, and if they can take this round clean and finally start establishing some sort of an economy, then they'll be looking good. At the moment though, they really don't have much going in terms of reserve money, and then now they're being picked apart by pistols. Sanj and Zingy with a kill each to open things up. It's somehow brought back into a 3-on-3, but again, these Deagles manage to find a little bit more success. The problem is they can't stop the bomb from being planted. It's going to be a 2-on-3 after plant, although it's not planted for them.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. It's crazy to me how they're just so confident in standing in the open and hitting these flick 1-digs. It's just so accurate, so consistently. Gummerl spotted. They're trying to switch guns to Shandares, and in the midst of that, Annihilation swings. It's a good play, and Bartek is covering heaven as well. And of course, they know exactly where Zingy is after seeing that attempted gun swap come through. Spray in the smoke will find the 1 kill, and damage is continuing to be done for Mongols. Or on toward Mongols, I should say. FyR Esports doing good work at that. Zingy will save the AK. But I believe now that's 2 rounds in a row. Or is it 3 rounds in a row? Is it 3 rounds in a row? No, only 2 rounds in a row. They survive with 1 player alive, right? So, yeah, it's not good for their long-term economy, having to repurchase everything all the time, but at least they're winning the rounds.
Slowly, rounds are trickling their way, but it is still a position where they're pretty fragile. 1 round could very quickly break them and allow FyR to start building up something on the CT side, which is really what the Mongols would have hoped to have avoided. They want to build up money to constantly be able to swing back, and there we go. A fush shows for Techno. It gives them away. Zingy pushed up on ramp as well. Finds Histeka. And now with a 5-on-3 very early on, they can calm things down here on the CT side, but they don't want to. They're going to keep on going aggressive, which could backfire, as you can see. They've got 2 more players, I think, pushed in towards lobby right now. Did they see the second player crossing? I don't think they realized that Bartek made it.
It doesn't matter now, though, really. Could perhaps catch off the AWP, but no, never mind. Zingy's got his brain switched on for that one. Nicely done. And see, look what it's done to the money, right? Like, so many rounds in a row, a couple of rounds in a row, so with 1 player up. Only 1 round 1 for FyR Esports, and they've put Mongols on probably a full eco here. Depends if they want to go for a force fire with an AK, and they are doing that. They're actually going to get 2 AKs from it, which isn't too bad. But, obviously, there's been a sacrifice to drop that AK over, so it gets a helmet. So just 2 Deagles with no utility at all. Only Kevlar. We go for a fast A play instead, but they don't really have any flashes for this, and that's why these sort of plays wouldn't really work. Blitz has 2, but he's not in a position to use them, and Sanj is doing a great job at holding them at bay right now. Finally, he'll get wallbanged, and that's a shot from Annihilation. Gets the frag, Zingy removed. That's an AWP that can possibly be picked up, and now Blitz has made his way down the vents as well. Shandara's at least spots Techno before he makes his way down. But the bomb will go down on B with Annihilation having an AWP to play with.
Yeah. Waiting for the drop down the vent right now. Unfortunately, they're all just deciding to group things up towards ramp, and Blitz was caught in the open, hoping to be able to just find 1, maybe 2 of them at most pushing forward there. Fortunately, that wasn't the case. Now the bomb, it is being stuck already. Annihilation has nothing to say. A 3rd round for FyR, a pretty convincing one as well, and an op even recovered for Shandaras. This is exactly what they needed.
I would have preferred to see Annihilation save there. Like, I mean, I know it's the boring option,
Yeah.
but like, I feel like nearly every single T player in Tier 1 would say, okay, well, I've got the AWP for thanks to a lovely shot outside. We're not going to have anything next round if we lose because we fully invested. And if I go for it, I gift the AWP over for free back to Zingy anyway. So, yeah. Every single reason sort of dictates an AWP save there. But you know what? I'll give him props for at least giving it an attempt. Hello. Sanj has no idea that Annihilation was straight in toward main. No info at all, apparently. And now they're checking vents at exactly the right time. Zingy's stuck in there. Techno gets the AWP back once again. 5 versus 3. What's going on? Spray. Damage done to 2 players. And Shandaras will move himself into a decent position. But eventually they get 2 kills back in response. And they'll try and make their way back down the vents, which they have done. And it will allow them another plant, I believe. But, again, they've got even less to work with than they did in the previous round.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how this even became as hectic of a round as it was. There probably shouldn't have even been a bomb plant allowed, but they should still be able to clean this up on the retake, hopefully without any more casualties. Keeping 3 alive really is what they want to keep on bolstering the economy. The legs are spotted, and there you go, indeed. Swift enough on the retake, plenty of time for the defuse. A 4th round for FyR. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what was going on in the early stages. I think we might see the Mongols try a few more quick plays, considering how successful that was there with just the Deagles, and well, how successful we seen it be earlier, for example, when they popped the player out towards vent and got the 2 openings on A. It seems like these more aggressive styles are working. When they sit back and play the defaults, FyR seem to answer with some aggression of their own and feel a lot more in control.
Yeah. I think Mongols will be pretty happy as long as they get at least 6 or 7 on T side, though, from the position they were in early on. Big buy round coming in. Shandaras has put himself in probably the best spot toward the back of garage there. If any of the Mongols players want to cross over. And there you go. Free kill. They didn't consider that possibility whatsoever. Nice trade from Annihilation, though. Shandaras, in the end, did stand himself tall, but swung himself into the AWP. Sanj looking for a regression toward lobby, and that's a lovely frag. Blitz will go down. 4v3, and look at Techno, though. He's already in position, but how does he not get that second? You would have thought for sure that would have been a double spray down and totally changed the round on its head. But now he's smoked himself off. He's in a good spot. Annihilation will fake the vent drop down and look to try and deal with Husky with his teammate Bartak, and they do that lovely. That's a lovely bit of teamwork, actually. That little vent drop, I believe, probably is something that forced Husky in toward a deeper lobby push through hut. And Bartak just phases it. 2v2.
Yeah, one of the better positions the Mongols have been in quite a while. And nade, Bartak avoiding most of the damage, unfortunately now left alone, but he shuts down Ace and gets just absolutely obliterated through smoke by Zingy. What the hell?
That's probably used a minimap for that one, right?
Likely,
that's the only logical explanation
and
why that shot was so accurate.
Because he had just
sound
shot
and
a couple.
minimap.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're spot on. Like, you're absolutely right. Like, that was a great frag, but as soon as he saw that come through, saw the dot, and gave it a guess. It most certainly would have been a guess, but you can just judge it ever so slightly. More of an educated guess, you could say. Great find. 5-all. Double up now as well, look.
It was a guesstimate.
Guesstimate, yeah.
Like he knew he was doing something. But yeah, he had to get a little bit of luck on his side. It's how most of CS is. Shandaras catches a Steka and somehow gets away from the player who looked like he was pushing the smoke up close. I thought he was screwed once he started the reload. Sanj is there to help him out though. Sanj, Sangi, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I know. I want to say Sanj because it just sounds right.
Roll to be easier.
English, but nice shot, Stingy.
He's crisp with this op though.
I
Really
know,
consistent.
I love it. You get deleted by Techno, but it's a 1v5. Would have to be completed. And yeah, I think Zingy's been my favourite player to watch of all of FyR Esports so far today. He's been superb.
On the server, in terms of players who've had the most individual impact consistently across the best of three, I would say it's Zingy. Techno had some ridiculous individual plays on Inferno though with the B holds.
Yeah. Agreed.
(6-5) though. FyR have got themselves a lead going. Alright. If they didn't have such a slow start, this could have been a sick half. Even now, I mean, they could still be on track for a 10-5, but it was, what, 5-1 at one point? Zingy again gets the opening kill. Very aggressive angle he was holding towards the ramp. Unfortunately, loses his teammate and is now in trouble being hunted by the Tech 9. The nade might get the finish. It's two of them. Absolutely perfect. Did that hit him and get him stuck in place?
Yes, I think so.
You hate to see it, and you love to see it.
You love to see it. Recovery, though. Hello. Blitz has got one with the Tech 9, and Bartek once again is looking spicy with the AK. Bomb can go down on B, despite the heroics of Zingy with his AWP and his God tier HE grenade, but that's a great heads-up peek from Husky. Double-checking the ramp, and now Shandaras hears exactly where Bartek is heading. He can creep up behind him. Smoke off to that position as well. That covers him off, and Husky's actually the one to get the kill anyway. Shandaras was directly behind him. I'll go and grab that AWP and grab a 2-round lead as well.
Yeah, I like what we're seeing. We weren't too sure of what sort of nuke we were going to get here from FyR. We knew Mirage would be pretty solid from them. They chose it for a reason, obviously. Managed to just about edge it out in the double OT. We didn't know what to expect on Inferno. They managed to give us an overall competitive game. Obviously, as we said, they went flat in the second half, but they've come back to life here now. That's what matters. Double op setup here on the CT side as well. Zingy's been great with his one. Ace, I think we've seen him use it a little bit during the Mirage overtime, but other than that, I don't think we've seen too much of him on the op.
Oh, so close to that spray through the smoke, and Annihilation needs a quick no-scope, and there we go. He does exactly that. A headshot to boot as well as Shandaras gets that pick from being pushed up toward red. Sanj looking for a spray, gets it. And actually Techno can't afford to walk through that smoke because he knew that it would just be walking straight into his death. So actually he plays tie on it instead and backs away.
Oh, Zingy. I was going to say the timing looks like it's going to go bad for him, but no, he manages to get the quick scope in time. Bartek and Techno left alone. Sanj has a good position here in behind the CT vent where he should at least have the drop on one, and then Husky's ready to trade it out afterwards, even if he goes down, which isn't going to happen because Bartek's coming out of Hut itself. So there we go, A5. FyR now, having taken 7 rounds, I think, in a row, have really started to put it together here on the CT side. If they can close it with the final 2 and then take the following pistol, which overall they've been pretty solid in the pistol rounds, the Mongols could be at that point in a lot of trouble. So at least one more, I think, here is what they want to put out on this T side. Grind that one more round, have 6 on the board at the very least. 7 would be fantastic though. 2 Galils. Nades aren't great either. I don't love it.
Oh, again. How many openings has Zingy had? Like, even on this map, let alone Inferno. I think that's the 4th on this map, at least. And Ace, being on the secondary, they're very comfortable going towards that secondary AWP consistently for FyR Esports, and it's working out really well. Zingy will then go aggressive for more, almost finds one. Nade will chip Techno and Hesteka. looking to make it a 5 versus 2. Gets faked out, and now he needs to hop away a little bit. But he just stands tall again, over and over to Zingy. Happy to take these different off angles. Just catches Mongols off over and over.
Yeah, he's just very, very solid on that op. I mean, you still need to be able to hit the shots, which he just does so consistently, and also chooses, as you said, his positions very wisely. This seems like a very solid player all around. Definitely would love to be able to see a bit more of him. It's only Bartek left standing now, though, so he should be without hope, really. He pushed on ramp, even gets not no-scoped.
The quickest quickscope of all time.
Yeah, I didn't see the scope coming up at all, so I was wondering. I was like, the feed is lying here. Either way, 9-5. The Mongols will be struggling to get that 6th round that I was saying they really would have wanted, as this is a somewhat more limited buy than the previous even.
This is going to be another 9-6. I think we've seen 2 in a row. Can we make it all 3? That's the question.
Not sure what happened to Blitz right there. I think he must have got mollied, and then Steka trying to drop down into main, gets caught by the player deep in towards garage. I don't think we've really seen FyR play in that position. They've been a little bit more aggressive usually. So playing that angle, catching the Mongols off guard this time. Blitz, though, has gotten an entry down on B. Another op as well waiting around the corner here. It's Zingy.
Need some tasty 1-digs, and Annihilation knows that Shandares likes to play that spot, and he was there, of course, earlier on. And he stuck around this time, though, Shandares. Didn't overpeak. Zingy in the right position once again, though. Right place, right time. He might be in the right place to deal with a player coming from ramp as well. He finds Annihilation, trying to rush him down. Techno's 3 HP. Blitz has got a picked up on half HP. There's not really much more for Mongols to do in this one. Blitz could catch Zingy in the back. I'm not sure he's aware that the glass is... I mean, I think he'll be aware the glass is broken, because I think he came through there himself, but he might get caught in the back by Blitz. Knife kill. Here we go. Bosh. Unfortunately, that looks like it's going to be the only kill to end off this half. Has to run into 2 players holding the bomb outside. Shandares is hiding, and Sanj comfortably gets the kill. It's 10-5 on the half for FyR Esports. They put themselves in a great spot to take an upset win against the Mongols. We'll see if they can finish it off after a quick break.
I've come to make a name, ready for battle, 'cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble, I'll show you a mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover, 'cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it. smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet. Forget all of my fears, cause I know my destiny. I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's set in motion, the legends spoken. This is my moment. Can't break my focus, know where I'm going. This is my moment.
Alright everyone, we are back. It was a quick break. It was a 10-5 half from FyR after looking pretty deflated for the initial 5 or 6 rounds. They turned it around and took, I think, 9 in a row it was. So the Mongols are going to need a strong start to this CT side, otherwise it could all be very quickly over.
Indeed, they have been really put through the ringer today, Mongols. I'm not sure if they're going to be happy with this one at all. Maybe just like with the Rare Atoms performance, even though they had a coach, of course, we could argue that it's perhaps
LOL!
a bit of a... He's been double knifed in the vent. Okay. Well, I mean, fair enough, right? That gets you money. Is he going to buy an AWP up in the following round, even if they lose? I don't know.
He could.
Oh, the perfect strategy. The perfect strategy, hiding in the vents. I was just talking about, you know, how it's been a rough day for them. Well, that's Blitz's 3rd knife kill of the series. He got one on Inferno, if you remember.
Look at
Oh
the
my
money.
Goodness.
They're likely winning this round as well, so he's going to be rolling in cash into this next round. It's a struggle
There it
fight.
is.
But
Buy the AWP, buy the AWP.
I mean,
6400.
it's risky, especially if we're going to see a force buy from FyR, but FyR usually go for the eco. That's what we've seen most of the time after they've lost these pistol rounds. They lost both on Inferno, I think, and eco'd either time. And if there was any map where you were going to force buy after losing the initial round, that would be Inferno, because normally you want to have nades, and when you go for the eco and buy 3rd round, which we've seen them go for, you don't get a ton of nades to back up your rifles and such. They still took the safe approach. That's exactly what they're going for here, which is the single deagle being purchased by Zingy, which seems like it's probably a worthwhile investment considering what he's been doing with it.
Oh, what's
Why
about to
are we in
happen
third
here?
person?
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. I was about to
Oops.
say, whenever it goes to 3rd person, that's the sort of thing that can happen. Especially when it's not like before the end of the game, right? GoTV only does that at the end of a game. You knew there was about to be some shenanigans, and we've had a bit of a wild start to the second half. Mongols on CT side. Oh, I think they're going to be feeling it slightly after the double knife. Less money, of course, available for Shandaras now that he had a suicide. An unfortunate one, of course, but still. He's 18 and 9 as well, Shandaras. I think that's probably was 19, right?
Yeah,
So
until
that
he killed
minus
himself.
1. Yeah, so
He's on par with
he's
Zingy
been,
now.
he's been had a really nice CT side.
Oh, Zingy done. Trading no
Ready
smokes.
to throw 2 smokes, I think.
Waiting until his teammates are in position, I suppose. But yeah, this is a big round. I mean, FyR had a slow start into that previous half, and they were still able to completely turn it around. So if they can find some footing here in the initial gun round and even just start grinding out on this T side from here on out, then that could be enough. Decent timing on the molly, although without the molly, he might have had a chance of getting the drop maybe as they were moving forward. There's 2 of them right now in secret. I don't think they even realized the second player was there. Is he around in garage now, is it? I don't think he's actually going to be able to do much about it. Never mind.
No.
The X-ray made it look like he was playing in the corner up close with him, didn't it?
I believe so.
Martak gets the kill towards ramp. Hasteka has one as well as he comes down, and I don't even think they're going to get a plant out of this anymore. It looked like they were going to at least have the money. Wah! Trades to the AK Torrens and just puts a bullet in his head.
Yeah. The AK dropped so much further away from him than he was expecting. And then had to do a lot of fighting to get away with that. And I think maybe Sanj even thought that he killed him because he switched away for a second. After a couple of bullets were hit. Asteka gets away with it. And everything's going wrong in this game. An accidental left click in the back. And that's Shandaras, of course, who fell to his death in the following round after the pistol. Things aren't going great for FyR Esports on the second half. It's a bit of a mess. There's no mess about this hold. This A rush with the pistols is being completely eaten up. And I know that Zingy is stuck as well. Bomb dropped. All 5 players stay alive. Mongols They're now in the ascendancy.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't got the game tied up quite yet, but they've taken 4 in a row. They've done so pretty cleanly as well, as you can see with their economy now flourishing on most players. Blitz is a little bit behind everyone else, but he's still in a decent enough position. So it is a good time for sure for FyR to call in this pause and have a little bit of a chat about what's going wrong. Third maps, you may as well use them. It's all on the line here, really.
Indeed.
No op
No
for
point
Zingy, which
wasting him.
is always a downside. Could have went glass cannon, but risky on
T
Nuke.
side, it's not as matter, right? Yeah, it's you prefer probably AK utility rather than a glass cannon up on T side nuke for sure. Look at the money that's been built up on the Mongols though, so early on. Like I know there was a few close rounds, but that previous one swagging with all 5 up is big for them. Is Annihilation playing with his turbines? I think he is.
Yeah, it looks like it. I doubt he's got the smoothest hand ever.
Maybe he does. How are we to know? We've not met him yet.
Bit of a longer
Smooth
pause.
operator.
I'm presuming at this point it might have been a technical. Either way, it's resolved now. Either way, both teams also had a chance to chat. MongolZ will see if they have anything that they want to change up on the CT side now, expecting probably some sort of a different approach from FyR as well. Too crazy. Getting their smokes ready for outside as always. I think the slightly deeper ones this time, was it?
I think so, yeah. The ones that might get them controlled toward the edge of garage, perhaps.
Makes sense with how it's been played in that previous round. There was a player tucked in deep in garage. This time though it's not the case, it's just blitz a secret.
Chandara is trying to push Blitz down, and the Molotov might spread. Will the smoke have to be used? It will. Now they know he's in there, and the flash will send Chandara's in. Blitz, can he survive? He's only got 3 bullets left, and he recovers the situation. Damn, that was close. Big opening pick. And look how far Bartek is pushed up through ramp as well. If FyR Esports want to push through that position, surely they'll get caught off by that.
Yeah, the fact that Blitz only took like 23 damage there as well was insane with the AK spam coming in. He avoided pretty much all of it. Nade might do some damage. No, not really. Small bit on the Husky. Difficult 4-on-5 here. They're just going to try and burst onto the A-bomb site. Annihilation gets 1, tucks back in. He still has a player on top of the hut that's serving as a big distraction, and that lets him pop back out rather and get the finish on a second player. 10-all, we're tied up now. The Mongols really do seem to have control of this game on the CT side. Shandaras hasn't got a kill since the halftime. I don't think Zingy's been on 18 for a while. Well, not since the halftime, but since we pointed out, rather Zingy's also been on 18 since then. No one's really getting anything going. This is similar to what we've seen on Inferno, where on that second half on the T side, FyR just went completely missing.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pattern, right, that we've seen with Mongols. Nice hold from Bartek toward ramp. Got support from Annihilation as well, and Sanj is very lucky to stay alive. Flash is going to be decent, but his retreat is not allowed. And yeah, Inferno was similar, right? I mean, I mentioned that maybe FyR Esports have the talent to lock down a CT side, especially at this level. But the tactical depth of their T side, perhaps not where it wants to be compared to the Mongols. And now they've got themselves a CT side. It was a bit of a sweep on Inferno when they came back. And right now it's a sweep again. FyR Esports without a T side round yet. 6 in a row for Mongols. Money very, very good. We've got Hastecker and Annihilation almost topping out. If they win this round, they will top out if they stay alive. At 16k. So it's looking very solid. Time for some risks to be taken when the economy is in such a good state. And look at that from Blitz. Ace not given a chance.
Yeah, he's going to keep on going aggressive. miscommunication. Zingy had no idea. Husky, while blind, pulled one back, but they're still aggressing everywhere. Sanj somehow gets two. It's a miracle he got away with as much as he did, but again, the relentless aggression means that the Mongols had players there ready for the trade again. It's only Shandera's left now, and despite haven't played a good series so far, this 1-on-2 is going to be difficult, and he doesn't expect someone pushing out from hell. Caught with his knife in hand. Trousers around his ankles.
Indeed. That was just unadulterated aggression from the Mongol side. That was kind of beautiful to watch. It's what they kind of expected probably going into some of these matches in the regular season of ECL. I think they can just overrun teams like this.
That must be what it felt like getting swamped by the Mongol horde back in the day, you know? Surrounded by the horse riders.
Maybe. Yeah, Sandra's just, you know, wildly spraying between two different angles, just not knowing who to shoot at first, knowing that the door push was coming, the lobby push was coming, and the ramp push.
Okay, there's a
second
gun.
goes in a little bit too deep sometimes, though, and he's done so again. And Tenno's going to be caught. So here we go. A-site plant with the Tech 9s, too fast to deal with. And guess what? They're probably going to get around here. Zingy's heard Blitz, easy one-tap. Needs to do 99 before the body shot finishes him off. And that's going to be a round.
Okay, not a single casualty. Most players didn't even get a chance to look at them. That was smooth sailing somehow with just Tech 9s and such, so... Okay, they've come alive. Can they replicate that now that they're on the gun rounds is the question, because that seemed more like a kind of we took the pace up out of nowhere, and that completely caught the Mongols off guard, and I don't think that's going to happen quite again. And even if it does, there's still enough for another investment from the Mongols again. So basically they need to keep this up for another few rounds before they even put a dent in the economy.
True.
Is a start though.
Blitz perhaps hearing the jumping of Chandra, just jump spotting outside, and he takes the initiative on the aggression. Question is for FyR Esports, right? You can win fast Tech 9 rounds, but can you win fast gun rounds? Or even slow gun rounds? Right now, that doesn't seem to be the case. Bartak gets one and repositions for a nice angle, takes a dink, but gets one more. He might even go for another as well. They'll think that he's fallen back, but Annihilation is here to support, and that is perfectly played. Sanj last alive. Again, hits a dink through the edge of the hut position, which is a shame considering what he had, but clean up from Mongols, and looks ever easier on those sort of rounds. 13-11, 3 away from the win.
Yeah, I mean, the one stumble as well was against the weaker weapons. Other than that, the CT side has been pretty much flawless. See whether FyR have a response here now. Back to their standard outside smokes anyway. They put them down pretty much every round, which ideally you do want to be doing as much as you can, even in rounds if you're not necessarily going to use them, because you keep it in the mind of your opponents that you might be moving with them as you have in the past. It just makes it a standard thing that they look towards, and if you want to throw something new in while putting down the same smokes, it can make it a bit more unpredictable. Fortunately, though, we haven't been seeing anything unpredictable at all from FyR.
Yeah, bomb was dropped down by Zingy on the T-roof there. He also fell off the ladder, which means now he's one-shottable by the M4s on 86 HP. So every little thing like that helps the CT side. Techno has to stand tall here, though. He needs one more. Does get one more. And he's staying alive for so long in the vents. But look at the flank from Shandara as it works out well. And now Bartak on that AWP. He's going to go ahead of the Molotov. He is going to go ahead of the Molotov. Gets the first pick, and the second player's planting the bomb beneath him. Needs a fast no-scope underneath. He's still alive on top of the silos. This is an incredible 1v1, and Bartak sorts it out. That is incredible. That is probably the first time I've ever seen a 1v1 like that play out with a CT on top of the site silos. But Bartak makes it look sexy.
He must have thought he dropped, but forget about the 1v1. Even the 2-on-1 in general, the fact that he goes up and just runs through the Molotov, hits a pretty tight quickscope on towards the head of the player that's holding a headshot angle on him while he's running through a molly, and then gets over onto the silo and manages to play a via the eye line long enough that he thinks he actually dropped down. It seemed like, anyway, because he was no longer looking up. So yeah, what a round from Bartak. 14-11, that was the chance... At a chance, really, for FyR.
Yeah, a chance at a chance, you're not wrong. And look at the damage. Techno just through the edge of the smoke.
Too
Insta
good.
headshots. Annihilation can just help out from heaven. All the frags come through in a flurry. And that's kind of been the way for Mongols toward the end of this game. Asex is last alive. Stuck in hut. He's been spotted. Annihilation gets the frag. They're one away. And it should be an easy one away.
Yeah, this looks like it might be the end of the road for FyR, although I don't love that the Mongols are pulling out a triple up setup. And knifing each other. Bartek, it's like, it's a punishment for clutching earlier.
Yeah. Nice symmetry on the other side, though. AWP, AK, AWP, AK, AWP.
In the
Just
lower
looks
half
right,
of the
you know?
middle. Opening kill from Blitz already, just charging up outside. Zingy has a response, a couple of responses actually in towards the lobby, but the numbers still go ahead and favour towards the Mongols, unfortunately for FyR, and they just don't expect Blitz to have gone fully through outside. He's even going to see if there's a second player about. No, he's going to have to take that kill eventually. And well, actually the final player's up on Silo, is it? Yeah.
It's been heard as well. Blitz looking to try and finish it off, and there we go. A lovely headshot to finish off the game.